just the awareness is just like, bro, we are playing parts. We're playing personas. We're playing all these personas. And the thing is, we're so trapped in the persona collectively, like as human beings, that we actually take on, because our culture that's why culture is so important. Culture is very important. Culture is important because it gives you a collective identity. And when you don't have a collective identity, then you can easily get tripped up by all the shit that's happening here. The Kardashians, all this crap that they feed you all the time. Because you have no identity within this world. That's why culture is important. That's why traditions can be important. Yes, they can be mingled with. You don't have to be so strict about it. But the reason why people are so resentful against culture, American culture is weak, man. We got weak culture out here. It's so diverse because there's so many things happening up in here. You know what I mean? But we don't have tradition. All this stuff is just people are resentful and angry, which makes a whole lot of sense. And this has to happen anyways, because most of there's reasons why there are traditions. There are literal reasons, deep reasons, but we've lost total touch with a lot of that stuff. You know what I mean? Even fucking Christmas, guys. Like, I don't even think, like, and the traditions can be skewed with and all this type of stuff. You know what I mean? But there is something to say to keep life simple, bro, because we are living in these avatars called humans, and not all of us are going to be walking around hyper consciously. You know what I mean? We're playing parts. But your part can be confused. That's why it's like, I do straight up say, mad motherfuckers out here, especially you see it when you come to the cities, like Hollywood, all this stuff. I love how my friend put it. She was just like, I'm like, why you care so much about how you dress? Because I do too. You know what I mean? She's just like, well, I'm just playing dress up. I just see it as I'm playing dress up. And I'm like, wow, that actually makes a lot of sense. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, because that's what we are. You need to recognize that we are spiritual beings in vessels playing a part. We're playing a fucking part. And when we dress up and look nice, we're playing dress up. We're all playing a game. This is a game. G-A-M-E. And when you don't have any, when you have no culture, no things to ground your identity, and you listen to everything that's being taught to you by the outside world, your avatar, your vessel that you're in is going to get confused because it has no fucking identity of what it is. So it just takes on parts and plays and is like, yeah, you know what I mean? But meanwhile, you're walking around and just like, oh, there's so much pain and suffering because I can't express myself truly. You might not even realize you're not even really being who you are, because most people are so engulfed into the system. And it's deep, guys. Most motherfuckers won't even get what I'm saying when I'm speaking it. Most people won't even understand, like, comprehend what I'm talking about. And to me, it's like simple as fuck. But it's took me a while to get to this spot anyways, consciously. So I'm not to be like, oh, I'm so conscious, you know what I mean? But it's like, a lot of this stuff makes sense. Like, it just is like, and also I'm on shrooms. So that's helping around. That's why I can walk around the city right now, especially with, like, I don't give a fuck. You know, most people would look at these people and say, that person's crazy. I'm crazy because I don't care what you think about me. And I'm, look at me, I'm like, rebuttaling against something that nobody said to me, but that doesn't make me crazy. A lot of these people you see on the streets, they're not crazy, bro. Most of these people in the cities that walk around like they're more crazy and insane because they're playing a part, and that part has a shoe so far up their suppressed ass that, you know, but you got to play the part though. So you know what, this is diluted. I'm deluding myself because there's a bunch of people around. You got to play the part, and if you're gonna be in this matrix, which it is, obviously, like I'm working at the hostel, I have a guest, and I'm like, wow, I can't fully be myself because myself would become off as an asshole to people. So I have to play the part of like, hey, you know, how you doing, man? Like, yeah, you know what I mean? But like, actually though, that's not really how I feel. And you got to play the game, right? You got to have some mental awareness. Be like, okay, I'm in a game and I'm playing the game, and I got to act and display myself a certain type of way. However, you know, that's why some motherfuckers, like, living out in a city like this or certain things, it's hard to be fully authentic because most people are so superficial, and because it's all about finances. It's all about what can I get, which in a sense you're going to start selling your soul literally and physically, because you have to be unauthentic in order to get what you want. But I don't believe that. I believe you can be authentic, and when you are authentic, you attract more authentic people. But a lot of people are under this idea, and this is how they sell it to us, that you actually have to be fake in order to make it. And this is subconscious. Most people are not consciously thinking that. But we even have quotes, fake it till you make it, all this type of shit. You have to. So you're sacrificing a part of yourself. That's what they mean when you're selling your soul to the rap industry. Because most of these people in the rap game, they got to talk about stupid shit all the fucking time. And maybe some of them love talking about stupid shit, but they can't be original. You can be, but to a degree, right? I don't know all the details when it comes to the rap game and the rap industry. But from what I notice, most rappers just talk about mainstream is about fucking hoes and money and all this type of shit. Low consciousness ass shit. Because these things are controlled by entities. It sounds crazy as fuck that they're being controlled by people that are being controlled by people that are being controlled by people that are being controlled by entities that do not have our best is in mind. Extraterrestrials, whatever you want to call them. This whole fucking world is being controlled by extraterrestrials that probably don't have our best interests in mind. In the Bible, they call them the Nephilim. And I don't think all the Nephilim were bad, actually. But this is being controlled. So it appears as such that we're being controlled by people with people. And then it goes so deep that you don't actually know who's controlling what. It's actually so deep because you don't know the names of the motherfuckers that are playing chess with us as a society. You don't know these people. They don't want you to know. And then it goes so deep because they're into the occult. They're into the occult for sure. But you know what? I can't say it by knowing, but it just makes a lot of sense to me once you start understanding occult knowledge and all this stuff. That's why it's occult knowledge, because only this few can know about it. But now, thanks to the internet and all this stuff, people are able to know about this stuff. And they study occult magic, and you think that they're not taking what they're talking about seriously? You think that they don't think that these demons and shit aren't real when they're doing these pretend sacrifices, if they're even pretend, and they're doing all these huge ass rituals? You think that they're not? Some of them might not even believe what they're talking about, but they are literally giving energy to an entity that they can't see, that is maybe outside of time and space, or we can't see through our perception of light. And then I'm the crazy guy walking down the street, and I only say that because I know it's like I'm not, but I appear to those who do not even think about this stuff as the crazy guy walking down the street talking like this. And because I'm trying to think of like, how would I be if I was the person seeing some guy walk down the street talking like this, talking loudly, very confidently and pretty loudly as if there's nobody around? How would I perceive that person? And what is crazy? Because they're fully authentic in expressing themselves, so therefore they must be crazy somehow? I don't think so, guys. I think that most people are just so lost and out of touch with who they are that when they see somebody being very authentic and just speaking their mind and all this stuff, they call them crazy, because this is how we've been conditioned. We've been conditioned to look at people that act a certain way and all this type of stuff as crazy and dismiss them. And that's why a lot of shit is fucked. That's why you got a lot of homeless people out here even more depressed and don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about dirtying this place up. They don't give a fuck about none of that stuff, because most people look at them and they're just like, they don't even look at them like beings of light. They don't look at them. They don't look at them with their hearts. They look at them with disgust, or just don't look at me. We unhuman, disconnect, guys. I'm going in my whole thing right now. But yeah. So you just gotta know, like, this game is bigger. This game is bigger than you know, man. It's bigger than I know. This game is really big. Like, when I say a game, don't take it trivial. There's many levels to it. But I'm now finding out. So I was distracted. This person's energy, and like, I'm really aware of energies right now. Like, this girl who's standing right next to me, her energy was like compatible with my energy. That's the thing too, guys, when it comes to like getting girls and shit like that. When you can just open yourself up and believe that you're good enough, the universe, which is also you, will start having people come to you, not out of control, but just now you're matching frequencies, and you go around them and your frequencies are so matched that you're like, you just feel it. You don't need to try or anything. You don't need to try. You just, everything is just comfortably coming out, casually talking, and it's easier when you are present and can feel the subtle energies and differences in your body. That's what I'm trying to say. When you are present and can feel the energy changes and subtleness when you're around somebody. Because when you're around somebody, that's when it counts. And not to say all energy is bad, it just might not compute with you. So it's like when I was around her, I knew. And I didn't have to do too much. She was interested. She took off her headphones and like, listen. And now obviously I'm interpreting my reality, my perception of what I saw there. But all of it was feeling anyways. It's all feeling. Because I know the feeling of if somebody's like, ooh, you know, like fucking freaked out. Like I can feel this shit. I can feel this stuff. And her body language was not there. You know what I mean? I'm like trying to convince you guys. Because I'm like this guy walking around the street. Contrary to belief, guys, some people are actually interested in what I have to talk about. Who am I talking to on here? I feel like there must be somebody that I like am like talking to when I'm making these videos, man. Like somebody that I like does not believe me, that I know personally. I know that there is. I'm not going to say any names. But it's like I'm fighting with that in my head. And that's why I'm probably talking a certain type of way. Because I know there's a lot of people that understand, and I'm meeting them now. I'm meeting more of them once I open myself up again and just go out there. You like will meet these people, man. They're all around you, bro. Like you just need to open your heart up. You need to open yourself up and not block yourself off, and you can meet these people. They're all there, man. And they understand. You're not crazy. Just that most people are fucking deluded. And I'm a fucking teacher, man. I'm a fucking teacher, bro. Like I can't stop talking. Like I'm like, what else can I speak to you guys? What else can I to reveal to you my teachings? Because I'm a fucking mystic. I'm a fucking, there's someone called prophet, okay? And that's not to put myself on a pedestal. I'm just realizing and owning what I am. And most people can't own what they fucking are because they're so convoluted with a bunch of bullshit and insecure. Oh, you don't want to say that? That's cocky. You don't want blah, 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 blah. You know what you are. You know what you're supposed to be. And I've been told this, and I know now. I feel everything. I'm just like, I love to teach. I want to give my wisdom because I'm a fucking mystic. I'm a scientist when it comes to the metaphysical, when it comes to spiritual. And I want to share that wisdom with people. I want people to hear it. Very much so. I want to help people wake up because that's why I'm fucking here. That's why I'm here. That's why I chose another lifetime to be here, to help people wake up. And I'm helping myself wake up. This being called Evan is starting to remember why the fuck it's here. Like truly why it's here. But it has to also go through its little journey and learn its little things to be like, oh, you know, because like right when you're a baby, you don't fucking know. You don't have any concept of knowing the language or anything of what it is. You know what I mean? You just are. You just are. You can't label it. Maybe you just like to speak and talk and blah, blah, blah. You just are. But now once you get older, you have to learn and conceptualize it and specifically, language it almost in order to make sense to your brain. Because your brain is the sponge that collects all the information throughout time, especially when you're like 0 to 7, when you're in the most theta state, your most spongiest state to collect information, programming, habitual habits from your parents, from people around you, from all that shit. So our brains are like sponges. So now I'm also going on the journey as well, to help wake up other people, but also wake myself back up. So that way I can do a better job waking up others. Because we've become so immersed into thinking that we are our identity. We are not. You are not your name. You're not your age. You are the energy inside of the vessel that you are within. And you are in that vessel for a fucking reason. You chose that reason. You are in that vessel for a reason. But you don't remember because I don't know why. Because this is a fucking game. And also society around us is corrupting us and dissolving, and they want us to disconnect. And I keep saying that all the time. Like, they want us to disconnect. They want us to disconnect, bro. They want us to be disconnected. And every time I bring up like angels and demons, or you can call them whatever you want. You can just call them entities or beings that are within light that you cannot see and stuff like that. bro, it gets deep. It gets really fucking deep. And we're over here playing this little monkey game, walking around, going here, blah, 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 blah. But meanwhile, in the bigger picture, you got all these entities, these extraterrestrials, whatever names you want to fucking give them, that are like, okay, well, we'll go here and blah, 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 like hurdle, man. Like hurdle. Like fucking cow hurdle. It really is like that. And we're out here living free. We're only out here living free from the perception that we have of what freedom is. We're not actually like, we have no idea who our overseers literally are. Most of us do not. We have an idea, especially if you're religious, to like, oh, like the Nephilim, or I don't know what Judaism has and all that shit. But none of that should matter anyways. What matters is that you're present and you're connected with God, the source, yourself, connected. That's all that's really gonna matter. If you realize that you're the power, you're the fucking power. You're the power, baby. You're the fucking power. You're the power. You're the fucking power. You're the power. You're the power. You are the power. This whole vessel is power. Now claim it and own it. This is for me too. This is for me as much as it is for you. And that's why I'm going on a 20-minute video just talking about this shit. Because this is probably the most important shit. How you doing, brother? This is probably the most important shit. And you think that it's not, but it really is though. But then you got to go back to your life, which is, I'm not trivializing anything. None of it's trivial because it feels all very real, man. This is the test. This is like, we're here as humans. You know what? I need to get off and stop recording because I want to experience more of what it is that I'm having. But I feel like my message is through. And that's the hard part about being around people. When I'm out in public, I want people to know what I've learned. But that's the thing, man. And it does. I know it resonates with certain people, bro. It resonates with certain people. It resonates with certain people. Like even these people, like these motherfucking Jesus guys that are out, like you're gonna go to hell. They have one piece of the puzzle, but I also think it's in confusion because some of them they're talking from a place of disconnect. A lot of them are talking from a place of disconnect. They're not even connected to God as much as they think they are. They're coming from a place of disconnect. So why should you listen to me? You should just hear what I have to say. You shouldn't take it or leave it. You should just hear what I have to say. You could take it or leave it. And then you should go out yourself and meditate and be conscious and try to live life consciously. Try to live life with awareness and presence and just feel your body all the time and see what happens. Quit labeling shit. Quit trying to identify every fucking thing that happens and quit trying to rationalize everything that happens. It's okay to just be. And then you might figure out something deeper than even I know. And not to make myself sound like I fucking know it all, but there's a base, everything is truth, but truth has been corrupted and distorted. That's why it's just like there's only one truth, baby. And the more you unravel that truth, then that's it. That's why honestly too, like that's why I don't believe in there's other genders and shit like that. I don't believe any of that shit. Because people are messing with shit. They're messing with ideas. They're playing role-playing skits and shit. Even the idea that you're in this body, bro, if we had past lives, that would explain a lot of the reasons why people feel like they're in other they're in the wrong body. Because they're so connected with that past life of who they were, which might have been a woman or a man, that they now think that that's what they are in this life. No, you're not. This is what you are. This is what you are. You don't even need to identify it. You just are. You just are. You are. You are. And if you feel like you got to do that, then by all means do it. But really, damn, I can't even preach, bro. Like all I can do is just like connect. Because when you're really connected, you just are, man. And a lot of this shit, a lot of this facade, a lot of these things that we think we need to be in order to feel complete, we really fucking don't need any of this. We just think that we do because we are run so good. We are run so well by these overseers that they know all the psychology, all the shit that fuck with our minds, even the smallest fucking things that you and I are not aware of. So that way, someone like me talking on the street can appear crazy and aggressive and ooh, you know what I mean? It's scary because this is what we've been cattled like fucking cows. We've been cattled like fucking cows, bro. We've been cattled, socialized like fucking cows. And I mean that. I mean that. Even if you live in the countryside, I mean that. We're cattled so well that we don't even realize that we're being cattled like fucking cows. We're like a bunch of fucking monkeys. We are. We're primal animals. We're also spiritual at the same time, bro. But I can't. We are being cattled by forces that know us really well. Really, really, really well, man. It's so deep. Just open your fucking minds. Open your minds, man. That's why it's like I look at most of these people are fucking stupid, bro. They're not stupid. You know what? They're not stupid. I just said coming out of my own anger, my frustrations. You know.